interrupt your news programming on Nickelodeon. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. The following message has been transmitted by request from the Amtrak Board of Directors. At around 4:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Amtrak's Colonial has derailed around a curve near Newport News, Virginia. At this time, details are scarce, but could be exposed in the next 5 hours. The NTSB has assumed it was just accident. Stay tuned for further updates. Programming will resume now. Civil danger warning in effect until further notice. The following message has been transmitted by request from the Amtrak Board of Directors, the NTSB, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation. The FBI has reported 2 vandals near the vicinity of the crash site. Stay tuned for further updates. Programming has been discontinued for the safety and respect of this transmitted message. Emergency personnel are also en route to the crash site. Stay tuned for further updates. Silver alert warning for the Newport News area until further notice. This message has been transmitted by request from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Norfolk Police Department, the Newport News Police Department, and the NTSB. A silver alert has been given to anyone in the area, meaning a missing person or a be on the lookout bulletin is in effect until further notice. Both suspects were described as Caucasian males, late teens to early mid-20s, salt and pepper goatee, and cargo pants. The second blue jeans, black worker boots, onyx-colored t-shirt wearing the U.S. Coast Guard lettering, and salt and pepper mustache. Both suspects are still on the run. Stay tuned for further updates. We are sorry to interrupt your programming on Nickelodeon. This is an emergency update to the wreck at Newport News, Virginia. It was confirmed that the cause of the train wreck was aggravated sabotage. The suspects, who are still on the run with unlawful flight to avoid prosecution, were also wanted for similar charges in North Carolina, Arkansas, and far west as Oklahoma. They are still not yet identified. Anyone with info is to call the Bureau office at 1-800-225-5324, when you can do so safely. We interrupt your news programming on Nickelodeon. This is a critical update to the story at Newport News, Virginia. The suspects were positively identified as Joseph Bloomis and Raymond Borgman. Bloomis's description is cerulean t-shirt with scarlet striping, tumbleweed-colored cargo shorts, amethyst sneakers with Reebok symbols, tennis socks, and a salt and pepper goatee. Borgman's description is as followed: onyx-colored t-shirt W, the U.S. Coast Guard symbol on the front, copper-colored cargo pants, black and smoky topaz-colored worker boots, and wearing a brick red bandana on his left wrist. Anyone with info is to call the FBI at 1-800-225-5324 when you do so safely. The 2 F-40PH locomotives have suffered surprisingly minor damages. Also, there was confirmation that nobody was killed in this wreck, although 28 plus are critically injured. Fire rescues are sending the injured to area hospitals for observation. Stay tuned for further updates on your news stations for later statements from the FBI and the NTSB. Borgman and Bloomis are still on the run. Do not approach the suspects, as they could be armed and dangerous. Also, the Coast Guard has been notified on Borgman's whereabouts. Stay tuned for further updates for later statements on this deadly situation. Again, stay away from this area. The broken switch and removed rail were the culprits in the sabotage-related disaster. Again, stay tuned for further updates on the captures of Borgman and Bloomis. All the victims have been evacuated for their own safety. The FRA has made several changes to trespassing and sabotage activities. 2 passenger cars have been sent to the scrapyard due to their beyond critical damages. Both locomotives will be sent for rebuilding at this time. Again, stay tuned for further updates on later statements on this dangerous situation. is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This message has been interrupted by request of the United States government and White House to participate in this emergency. During this emergency, most stations will be still on the air providing news updates to assigned areas. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Norfolk area. Do not use your telephones, unless they are being used for urgent emergencies only. The emergency alert system has been activated. We are sorry to interrupt your programming on Nickelodeon. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow as instructed. This message has been transmitted by request from the FBI, the NTSB, and the FRA. Both Bloomis and Boardman have since been captured by FBI agents. The train wreck has been sent to the scrapyard and or the shops for rebuilding. Again, we send our biggest thank you for your cooperation during this strategic emergency. We will return programming back to Nickelodeon. This concludes operations under the emergency broadcast system. The alerts have now been terminated.